In October 2021, the Chuddlemen, Ross, Bryan, and Sam, convened at a cabin in the woods to start a podcast. Deep in the basement, they discovered the Goo Book. Unfortunately, they had made the mistake of muttering the incantation inside.
Chuddle,
Now cast into the Chuddleverse and trapped in a time loop, they are the crypt keepers of the Goo Gods, forced to ask and answer the same questions about a different horror movie every episode. This episode, they are Chuddling.
Be My Cat, a film for Anne. Welcome to a brand new broadcast of Chuddle the Pod, the only interdimensional horror movie club trapped in a time loop. For this sacrifice, we are offering up 2015's Be My Cat, a film for Anne, to Letharion, the goo god of psychological horror. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Sam, are you here?
Sup?
That means he is. Ross, are you here?
Oh, hey.
That means he is. Brian, are you here?
What?
I've already been talking, so that means I am.
Yeah.
Oh, you are? Yeah, okay.
You got me.
Before we continue, I must take a moment to thank our acolytes of the Patreon realm, the devoted souls whose offerings sustain the crypt and keep the signal strong for just $3 a month. Want to support us in other ways? Subscribe, rate, review, comment, and share the show. We appreciate all you do for us. Quick note on the Patreon as well. You know, you guys have been hearing us talk about all these different gods and the modifiers and all this stuff. You want to see how we pick those rituals, how the gods choose us, and how all that happens? We've been posting that on the Patreon, so that gives you a little behind the scenes and lets you know how all this madness has come to fruition. Now, with all club members present and the acolytes avowed, it's time to crack open the Goo Book and officially begin tonight's meeting.
Chuddle Realism.
Give me that goo. Oh yeah.
Let's start us off with a little log line. An aspiring filmmaker goes to shocking extremes to convince Hollywood actress Anne Hathaway to star in his film.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Accurate. I think that's accurate.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens here. Unfortunately, no taglines, so we can just move on from that unless you guys got anything you can think of. When I searched for taglines, stupid, automatic AI came up, had no idea what I was talking about, so it gave me it's possum. And I'm like, you don't know what movie we're talking about.
No.
Be My Cat, a movie about possums.
No, like a cat paw.
A cat paw?
Yeah.
Yeah, see my cat possum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went with
the actual animal, a possum.
A possum, yeah.
A possum.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I think that was on there as well. Yeah, there's a bunch of bad cat puns. It makes it kind of funny if there was just a bad cat pun underneath this. Anyway, nothing else in there, so let's just go over here.
Who forged this tribute for the goo gods?
This movie was written and directed by Adrian Tofai. Some of our key players in this film as well stars Adrian and Sonia Teodoriou as Sonia, Florentina Heriton as Flory, and Alexandra Stroh as Alexandra. This also had Dorina Tofai, was Adrian's mother. That was his mother playing that role.
Oh, okay.
And the only other credit was a young man in the basement, GMC. It's spelled capital G, lowercase I, capital E, lowercase m, capital S I. Okay. And it's just one word, and that is this person's name. They have no other credits besides Be My Cat.
Well, all right, okay.
And I was like, that's fucking awesome, man. Just
Good
go
for them.
one word in.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Share your way through life.
SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, that's it. It probably was. And we just don't know who it is. Romanian SoundCloud rapper. I love it. Do you guys know anyone? Know these people from anyone else?
No,
from anything
not at
else?
all.
No.
I know this guy has a new movie coming out, or is it playing festivals now? Maybe something like that.
Something around those lines. I don't know where last I saw he was still making it,
but definitely not. This is
it's all very
about as homegrown as it gets.
Very independent and very Romanian, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know anyone. Yes, it is. I mean, that's where they're filming.
I know it is from there. I just don't know that if it's typically Romanian.
Oh, if this is a good representative of Romanian culture. I mean, I don't think so. I did enjoy when we got the outside shots of looking around the town. I really enjoyed that. I loved that town. I loved looking at it.
The vibe, the architecture. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool looking. So not much we know with anyone here. So let's just go over to. Today's offering is a sacrifice to Letharion, the psychological goo god, with the found footage holy modifier. Any other subgenre this is fitting into here? I mean, I think that actually hits it pretty well for our god with our modifier.
I agree.
Yeah, nail on the head. We nailed it with this one, guys.
Nailed it.
Good pick. Nailed it. Ha. What is the best advice you can give someone going into this movie? Any words of advice? Anything you got going in?
You got to be a cat person.
Maybe.
It's very homegrown. It's very like just a guy, an idea with heart made
guy
this
in a
movie.
dream.
yeah. And honestly, he does such a good job as his character that I'm like, is this guy a real freak or what? I think
that's what a lot of people think.
Actually like this? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a common thing I hear.
But I feel like it's got to be like when Napoleon Dynamite came out or something, and people thought John Hader was that Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
I mean, to some extent, we'll get into a little with the behind the scenes of it all and the acting methods and stuff involved here in a little bit. But yeah, there's a lot going on with that.
Oh yeah,
that laugh he does.
Yeah, I mean,
I know it from other people.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you don't necessarily need to know it. It may be good to know that it is like what Sam was saying. Like it is like a no budget movie. Like this is very DIY. Like
a guy in a
as
camera.
grassroots as it gets.
I agree. Is it for beginners?
I like the
Probably
universal,
not.
the heavy sigh. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, on paper, yes, I think this could easily there's, not to fully show it, but like there's not a lot of visual, I don't know. We'll get into gore and stuff like that later.
I just think it's.
No,
I was gonna say I just think it's just a little too strange for beginners.
Yeah,
it's a weird movie, weird story, plot device.
Just a little bit past strange, exactly. And
it's about 2 or 3 bus stops past that.
Understand that world a little bit. Great. So I think we should do this.
Trigger warnings.
Thanks, mysterious voice from the sky. Let's talk about some trigger warnings here. A dead animal.
There is a dead animal.
Yeah.
And violence against women.
Yeah.
I mean, in a very quote unquote real way as portrayed in this movie.
Yeah, in a way that seems like violence against women, because obviously we see women get killed all the time in horror movies, but this seems,
Well, because of the found footage aspect, the level of plausibility is higher, I feel, especially with how grassroots this is, so it does feel a little realer when it comes to those aspects.
Yeah, we're not getting a scary, supernatural monster.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
It's grounded in reality.
Incel.
This person's reality, and whatever that is. Gore ranking is who got Malou satisfied. I don't think he is.
No,
not really.
Not even
He's
close.
No.
He kind of got like a whisper of something, and it was like, and then it just went away.
He had a whisper of it in the next room and didn't even get to see it.
Exactly. Speaking of blood and guts and smelly things, I think something stinks. So let's get to the spoilers.
What does that smell?
Do you remember if you smelled anything funny?
Ugh, it's that smell again.
Obviously, it arrived spoiled.
It isn't good. It's spoiled.
The cat did it.
There it is. So, IMDb behind the scenes. Start us off there. There's a lot for it, and it seems like
really
there was like at least
do we think Adrian did
things.
it?
He did it all himself.
And I think either 2 or 3 other people also put in the same trivia, because a lot of it was like
Very
you read
repetitive.
it once, you read it a couple more times going down in almost very similar ways. So I tried my best, but a lot of them are wordy and long. We'll get through the top bunch up here.
Okay.
This is Adrian's first film and Romania's first found footage horror movie, according to IMDb.
Okay.
Oh.
All of the scenes in the movie are first takes. Adrian did multiple takes in the beginning, but then he realized that the first ones are always the most natural and authentic ones and decided to include only first takes in the final cut.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
Adrian, who came from a background
words.
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
Okay.
He came from a background in method acting and theater. Someone named Ian Kojar's method. I looked up this dude, and Ian Kojar, he has a little Wikipedia entry, and it seems very much, it's very, very method acting types of things.
Okay.
It's
Great.
He believed that when an actor is authentic, they could change the color and texture of their face through the flow of blood and stuff like that. Like like this weird, like almost method to the point where you are changing physical
metamorphosis type thing. The Kafka version of trying to no, but I mean that does make sense, because a lot of this character is trying to transcend and become his character in the acts of, you know what I mean? Like that makes a whole lot of sense. It's almost like a perverse version of what this guy's teaching was.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, going on from that, it's basically improvised a lot of this, limited budget. He did a whole bunch, never used a camera before, was using all that kind of shit for this.
Oh, interesting.
So there was a language switch, they call it, was used during filming to ensure the safety of everyone involved. Speaking English meant everyone is interacting in character, and speaking Romanian meant everyone returns to being themselves, with a few exceptions when the characters had to speak Romanian. Filming was preceded by months of preparation via emails and phone calls between Adrian and the 3 actresses. So this was kind of,
Oh, this is like a little on the nose. Like this is a...
Well,
yeah,
a practical example was when actress Sonia unexpectedly called the police for real while improvising one of the scenes, surprising Adrian both in and out of character. The language rule they were using helped Adrian understand that Sonia called the police in character, not out of character, on him personally, since she continued speaking English. The policemen who come understood the situation and just wrote a warning for calling the emergency number for no valid reason.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. All right. Cool. I mean, because that was a really big, like, odd suspender thing for me. But the explanation of why that happens now in the movie, like, makes more sense. I don't know if I forgive it.
It was a suspender thing for you?
There's a few.
Yeah, Ross was talking with me a little bit about it. We'll get into them.
We'll get
on our suspender section. Stay tuned. Although this is a Romanian movie, the spoken language is English because the main character deliberately uses English and demands from the other characters to use English in order to achieve his goals towards Anne Hathaway, who doesn't speak Romanian. Basically, he's saying Anne Hathaway doesn't speak Romanian, so we need
the reason why it's all in English is because it's for Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, so she can understand it. Yeah. So Adrian chose Anne Hathaway as his character's obsession in the movie because she had to be a worldwide known celebrity so audiences everywhere could connect to the film. Had to have something to do with cats, since Adrian's role was inspired from a character he played in a one-man show that had some issues with cats, and had to be an actress Tofai genuinely appreciates so he could transform his appreciation into obsession for this role. It was in 2012. He was developing the movie, and 2 Anne Hathaway movies came out, Les Mis and The Dark Knight Rises. And
quick question.
It was like, oh, The Dark Knight Rises. She's in a cat suit. This is perfect.
Done. This just sounds like this is more and more on the nose. Do we know what happened to the 3 actresses after they made this movie? Did they make anything else past this movie? Is this?
I mean, I know they're alive.
They're all doing fine.
Because
I'm also curious. Has Anne Hathaway
that's
this
good
movie?
Though? That shows you how on the nose this is. I've seen people bring that up in Reddit a lot.
I'm sure
there's no way she's not aware of it, but I doubt she's watched it.
I doubt there's any interest. Maybe she's watched like a 5-minute.
Her PR team would bring it up to her. Sure. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. Adrian never meant Be My Cat to be a shock film. He reluctantly included a torture scene, knowing that genre fans would want that, but felt traumatized shooting it and later editing it, and still can't watch that scene. He meant the movie to be a character study about the paradoxical human nature, a meta study about filmmaking and acting, and a lesson in cinematic realism. Also a launchpad for his acting and filmmaking career.
Yeah. I don't understand. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Because there's a sheet the whole time. Like, I understand, like, I guess it's the idea of what's going on versus the reality of what's going on. But I feel like
you don't have to see that. You still see a woman's face screaming in pain while he's cutting her up. I mean, that still can be traumatic.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general, I don't know
Probably
about for
generalizations.
But like that's a traumatic enough scene.
I think my guess is Ross's issue with the sheet is that we see plenty of stuff happens off screen, and we're like, I don't think it's usually such an issue, but this is literally like, I'm going to put this up here to block the camera from seeing it. And I think something about that kind of...
To be totally honest with you, it's a slight... Yeah, right. No, I think the sheet thing for me is like a slight nuance, but what I really like about that scene is how well we'll get into it, but like I really do like how well the actress deals with that scenario and how real that still feels.
Sells it.
Yeah, especially when you have like a Penn and Teller sheet where like you're not actually seeing anything going on. You know what I mean?
Sure. But let's get into that very soon. Yeah. One last one up top.
Sorry.
Here, this one's for you, please. Ross, too. One of the executive producers, John Lepper, who watched online some of the footage during filming. The chloroform scene looks so real that he contacted the actress Sonia to see if she's okay, if she wasn't genuinely chloroformed, and she was okay. She told her it's fine.
I'm glad that they're checking on their people. You know what I mean?
I gotta give it credit to this movie. Blair Witch was the last found footage movie I watched where I was like, that's not real, right? It was just a movie. And I did kind of feel that way, like watching this one. Like, it does have a very real feeling that I feel like most found footage, it's just like a style of storytelling now, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
agreed. I think let's get into it in a second, because it's going to lead to premise, into the filmmaking stuff.
Sure,
I think we're gonna vary a little bit on how we feel about that. So let's just go over to why did we bring this tribute tonight? Why did we pick this? As we said, we were looking for a good psychological found footage, and this was something that's kind of been in the air. We've always heard about.
Yeah.
Funny enough, like on Facebook, I was in some of those found footage groups, and he pops up a lot. If his movie's mentioned, he'll talk about it. He was promoting his new movie that he was working on. I'm friends with him on Facebook because he friend requested me.
Oh,
yeah.
Because he saw me pop up saying something or whatever, which is so funny. He's like, yeah, so he's very open, willing, and ready to talk about all of these kind of projects and stuff. I remember at one point while he was trying to raise funds to work on his new movie, he was selling like the laptop from Be My Cat and all these like props from Be My Cat, so you could buy or like get the props
to make
and stuff
his new movie,
to help work on his new movie.
Yeah.
Because the laptop you see in this movie, he also edited the movie on and like did all that shit. So he like sold that off and
we'll see how this conversation goes.
He's fun and active.
I'm kind of
I'll say that like he's very active
I'm kind of interested in seeing if we can tap him into the Chuddle Club Crypt and just to see if he's really that much of a freak.
Well, great. You know he's going to listen to this episode.
Now.
I gotta know.
Ross is going to be mysteriously his signal's not going to be beaming in that night. I have a feeling.
Just message Chuddle the Pod.
So that's it. So I hadn't seen it before, but I knew of him in this movie as a thing. And I think you guys are similar.
I had heard of it. I didn't quite know what it was about. I think I had heard what it was about and forgot about it. And then right when it came up in discussion for us, somebody on Doug Loves Movies recommended it as their movie recommendation. So I was like, oh,
did they? I must have missed that.
We should definitely watch it. Or I think I watched it that day then. I was like,
that's fun.
This will definitely work.
I went in completely blind with this one. I had heard the title, nothing about the plot or the premise or anything like that. So I was just like, I'm just glad it wasn't. I thought it was a horror movie about like, I don't know. I got this completely crossed with a documentary that I think they made a B movie off of, which was the guy that was like murdering animals on live stream and a bunch of other shit. I was like, why would we pick this for psychological horror? Oh my God. And then I was like pleasantly like for Anne Hathaway. All right. Okay. I'm pleasantly surprised right now.
Yeah. You got to watch that film for Anne.
Yeah.
A film for Anne.
A film for Anne.
Oh, yeah.
It's I'm telling
strange.
you, it's gonna be it's strange. How I feel about it is strange too.
Yeah, I feel real strange.
Sure, yeah.
Let's get into our conversation. Let's talk about Be My Cat, a film for Anne.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna start with the basic premise of this man's obsession with Anne Hathaway and what he is showing her that he can do if he was just able to direct her, act with her, be with her.
He's got a movie he wants to make called Be My Cat, and she will be in it once he sees this movie that he's making now that will be the movie they make together.
So on that basic premise, we'll ask this. Does that work? And I say that basic, you take this idea of a man obsessed with a celebrity making this weird obsessive tape, and I think that's a great premise.
Me too. And I think it's personally, I think it's brilliant for, again, I know they had some kind of budget, but I'm just going to say no budget.
Yes.
For all intents and purposes. Just like I have a camera, I have acting experience. What's an idea that I can just take my camera and go? I think it's very good. Roos?
I think the premise itself lends to a lot of different possibilities, especially when you're on a shoestring budget, particularly especially with found footage. Because I think with this, it creates a much more a baseline of psychosis. You know what I mean? Like just from Jump Street, you kind of like, okay, this is
right
odd. And it doesn't start from a normal place. It just starts off baseline odd and then really kind of spirals as the movie progresses.
And I think it's believable that, some crazy fan is
some dude. I mean, like, if you've seen the weird I Did This For You, Bjork, or the other ones during the internet heydays, I mean, like, there are tons and tons of weird homemade videos of people being utterly obsessed with actors or actresses or musicians. So the premise is very believable.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure the weird shit that celebrities get that we don't even know about the weird shit. I'm sure the weird shit that their PR person, whoever their handler gets, that doesn't even
do not let them see that.
Dude, we're not even letting them see this. So what if I told you that the initial concept was a little bit different? So the character that played Adrian was rescuing a captive girl trafficked by a dangerous pimp and taking her into the attic of his mom's house. So Adrian finds this woman that was being trafficked by a pimp and decides to take her and rescue her, but puts her in the attic of his mom's house. And now the girl's initial joy of being saved from the pimp was soon to be replaced by the shocking realization that the guy who saved her is a psychopath who wants to turn her into his pet cat by implementing claws into her flesh and other atrocities he claims to do out of love, not realizing the pain he's causing. When the dangerous pimp finds Adrian's house and comes to take the girl back, she's faced with a huge dilemma: scream for help and risk being trafficked again, or stay with the romantic psycho who wants her to be his cat and live happily in his attic. The confrontation between Adrian and the pimp would have been the peak of the movie, but during pre-production, the actor who was supposed to play the pimp mysteriously stopped answering Adrian's messages and calls. As the role was essential to the initial concept and specifically created for the actor's talents and skills, Adrian decided not to replace him, but change the concept altogether.
Oh.
Good.
That's a lot. Yeah, that seems...
Yeah.
Well,
that ventures into like body horror and like human centipede kind of like, you know, just like if he's doing DIY at-home surgeries. I'm also assuming that budget would have been way nuttier just because of the idea of having to do like surgeries and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm also curious because it doesn't mention if that initial idea would have been in found footage as well.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Or if I'm curious about that too. Yeah.
It seems to be more narrative based how that would have to. Well, I guess not. You could tell that story through found footage, but with what they were doing, I think it seems more narrative based on this story.
I agree.
Interesting. But yeah, no, I'm glad that it seems like that would have not as played as well with the lower budget, I think.
I agree, and I don't think it would have probably been as successful. I don't know how successful this movie is, but I think for a movie of such a small budget, it's pretty well discussed in certain circles.
It has a sort of cult following to it. Yeah. Like there are people that, especially within the found footage, that respect it and all that stuff.
I could totally see that.
Yeah. So that's we talked about what the premise was. That's what it could have been. We liked the original before that. So to get into the opening of this film, it pretty much just starts with an on-screen text that says, "This film has been edited from 25 hours of footage found at the Be My Cat crime scene in Radoti, Romania on May 20th, 2014. Quick piece of trivia here. Director Adrian actually shot 25 hours of footage for this movie and finished shooting on May 20th, 2014.
So he's just using real life stuff and just kind of seam-lining the fictitious, you know what I mean? Obviously the murders. But like, it's kind of fun that he's using all of these real actual numbers and stuff and like factual things.
Yeah, he basically, shot 25 hours worth of footage and then went through that and pulled out the movie that we see from all that and just put that as the premise of what there was there. So then the opening goes into us meeting Adrian, this very eccentric guy who wants to make this movie for Anne Hathaway, and this is him talking to camera and talking about what's going to happen. He's going to get some actresses out here, but he's going to be playing a little trick on them. It's they're not really getting the movie part. This is for Anne, and him and Anne are going to have a good laugh about all of this. And there is so there's no real opening thing here. It kind of just happens. We lead into this world of him going into this, and then eventually meeting the first of three women that he has hired for this role to impress Anne. So in the terms, I guess, of found footage, it's kind of a common thing where you get an on-screen title card and then it leads us into it here. I mean, I don't think there's much to critique on it. I think it works for a found footage movie. I mean,
it's absolutely. Good. I'm like, I was, it's not like again, it's tough for found footage movies to be like, holy shit, like blown away, hooked or whatever. But I was certainly intrigued. I'm like, this is fucking weird. Where is this going to go?
I think this would be a good point it's later in our discussion usually, but to talk about the character, we can really just start talking about Adrian himself, because this is a big character piece, is him. He is this, and Sam brought this up when we were kind of discussing this movie as a pick for this. We could have also done Creep, which I feel he's the Romanian Peach Fuzz, like in some regard. I feel like there could be he's honestly this weird eccentric guy, like in a sense that he's not like lying to, it's like a character, like he is like this, like a heavy character or something, I don't know.
I think that he played, for me personally, I think that like he's an oddball, but he's just really goofy. And I think in comparison to like Creep, there's always an undercurrent of, I guess, creepiness, you know what I mean, like that I just didn't really get from this character. I mean, like, it was, I don't know. I think it just played kind of goofy, like unhinged, absolutely. But it was just more of this, like, I don't know. He gave me like weird Ernest vibes. Like, I don't know the best way, like Ernest P. Worrell vibes, but like the Romanian version of that, where I was like, I couldn't fully get creeped out. So
for Ross, it's a Romanian Ernest. For me, it's Romanian Peach Fuzz. What Romanian person is it for you, Sam?
He reminded me of some incel comic nerds that I've known.
Oh,
quite a bit.
Definitely. Oh, sure. Yeah. I got that. Like the real, if we want to make it real.
Yeah. Like it was very much, I've known people like this. I wonder if they could become like this, but like his weird little laughs and way of saying things and talking to people and women especially, like it's just, oh no.
I can see that hitting on a different
I've
level.
known this person.
So this character was developed by Adrian over the course of 5 years. It started as a 15-minute monologue in a theater dance show in college. Then he transformed it into a full 15-minute one-man show called The Monster. And then the character in The Monster ultimately ended up being adapted for this movie.
I guess I just don't know what his natural baseline is. So I don't know how far of a juxtaposition, you know what I mean?
Where
it's like, yeah.
Well,
you know
if he's an actor, I would just assume he's probably just like a normal guy. I mean, we don't know, because
who knows?
Think the
everything else is very factual.
But again,
compared to what we're seeing.
Again, I think that it's kind of cool that we're talking about a found footage movie and wondering what's real and what's not. Like,
yes, I will give credit where credit's due.
When we watch the Wreck movies.
Yes.
I mean, it was very much an improvised set. Like we mentioned, the safety language or whatever, speaking in Romanian meant that like we're
right.
Not acting.
We're not acting anymore.
So it's very real. He's very into the character. Again, the Ion Kargoff or whatever I said the guy's name was, that, the very method acting that he's been developing this character for 5 years. I took out a lot of the information. There's like so many different blurbs but it ultimately boiled down to was in character for a long time. Let me see if I have it exactly. There was a point in basically when he meets the girls in the movie with the camera, he's meeting them, the actresses, for the first time in character and in real life, if that makes sense.
Okay. I would assume they knew that this was be happening when they got there.
They had been talking. They had been like communicating online and all this kind of shit a lot beforehand, to kind of like for months beforehand to set all this stuff up. But then ultimately, and the one who was the Alexandra, our quote unquote final girl, was like the first one to sign on. So she'd been working with him for a long time on this. And then I think Flory or whatever his name is at least going to be in the new film with them. So I think that actress continues to work with Adrian.
Oh, okay.
That's a good
sign. If she wasn't before this. There you go, Ross.
Yeah. All right. So someone survived.
And it's working with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again.
Didn't refuse to work with them.
So yeah, it was very much a being in character type of thing. Very method, get it. Real raw first take, all that kind of real TV,
which I think is really a cool and interesting concept when you're dealing with found footage specifically, because it does make a lot of these interactions, like we were saying before, genuine. Like it makes it, with all the warts and all, which makes the genre of found footage that much more realistic while you're watching this, which I thought was, you know, even though there were certain things I didn't particularly like about it, I like the level of realism that I was being submerged into, you know?
I'd say that's a good positive remarks for the filmmaking technique on it. It does the found footage filmmaking well.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
If we were going to a more narrative, or if we went to the pimp story or anything like that, I don't think it would have been able to play
gotten
as well.
Weird. Weirder? Weirder.
I don't know if that's not, yeah, you know, Tim.
I don't know if it would have worked. I just don't think it would have worked as well.
I agree. I mean, the one benefit, and that's why it's great, and a lot of filmmakers do it for found footage, is like horror in general, you can get away with a lower budget.
Yeah.
But found footage, even less so. It takes a lot less. And realistically, this movie was only Adrian and the cast. And every scene was just them. There was no other production crew or anything on it. So it was just all them doing everything within that. Yeah. Super, super small. So I mean, they pulled it off well, because I mean, I will say there's thought to the shot, the lighting. I mean, it's never too dark. I mean, it doesn't look, the only thing I will say, maybe it does maybe give you a little bit of motion sickness, motion blurriness. It does move around a lot at some point. It gets a little handy cam, I think, in some of the beginning stuff. Yeah. Which I notice for some reason. I usually don't. But that's nothing against, I'd say, the filmmaking technical aspect. It was there. That's not necessarily a trigger.
That's a complaint other people have about found footage, not us.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed it. I was like, "Whoa!" But I'm like, I guess this is part of it. Maybe this is just 40-year-old eyes now.
Everything's blurry.
So, I mean, let's get into the big thing here: our suspenders and our tropes of it. One thing I want to just combine this together because I think it's easiest. But I think one of the tropes I will say I did think worked well in a found footage movie. We always have to think of a reason to keep recording, and the idea that it is the crazy person that wants to record this and wants to make this as that works.
I do like, and I do like the trope of just a guy with a camera, because specifically when he starts addressing Anne as Anne, like the actress, and then specifically Anne the camera. And that happens within like the first third of the film. So it becomes he's talking directly at you, and it's Anne, but Anne is the camera. You know what I mean? Instead of this like idea of what she is, which I thought was kind of just like, oh, this is you. Oh, you. It's just more like, okay.
And that's part of him like losing himself in the movie, because eventually like we're wondering if he is only pretending that he's a character. Like it all kind of blends together, and it's hard to tell what is genuine in his spiral. But I think part of that is because it seems like he just starts thinking of the camera as a character, as Anne, and not that it's this diary anymore. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry you saw that. Like, it's
right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she is there with him watching, seeing all this and with it.
Which is just part of his spiral. Because initially it doesn't, I only watched it once.
That's fine.
Didn't have the heart to do it again so soon. But in the beginning, did it seem that way, or was it only a little later on, like you were saying, Ross, where you noticed the?
To me, I thought it was kind of like addressing, hey, this is for you, and then I think probably about like maybe a third way through the movie, I feel it goes, it is you, not for you.
Definitely after he does the first
Murders
kill. He kills the first
kill,
woman because that's
Is
when
that
he
what it
also
is?
fully realizes that he has become the character that he is.
He's becoming.
Or he starts to really be thinks that he has become that.
It gave me like Red Dragon vibes, where he's like, I am the becoming, and like then he kills the second one. He goes, I am the character now. This is me now entirely. All right, so
Come on, suspenders. Let's throw them out.
So my suspenders.
Yeah.
All right. So the two big ones that I have in this film, the first one kind of we already talked about was the cop scene. It makes sense that it was a real thing to me. Like that it kind of buffers it for me. Is that like he's harassing her and like she actually in real time calls the police, and then the police show up, but then she's still contributing to the film, you know what I mean? Like it's this weird like, and then it just cuts, and obviously it cuts because the cops actually showed up and these weren't actual actors, but it just created this weird like, what the fuck just happened there? And then like it just continues like nothing really happened, and I was like, what? And then I don't know, I just got very confused on like befuddled by that.
Well,
and
like
then,
cuts to him teasing her, right, about actually calling the cops walking back down the street. Is that what it cuts to?
I think so.
Now that you're saying that, it was a sharp cut, but again, it was I particularly remember his teasing her, and the way he was going about it felt very. Again, I've known guys like that. It was just kind of this.
It felt gaslighty too, in the sense that he was like, what I got out of it, and just in general of what he was trying to instill maybe in these women, but also, I don't know if this is a commentary on society or anything, but the fact that I got it that they're not going to believe you. They're going to believe me. I'm the man.
Yes.
I'm going to talk to these men. You're a woman. They're not going to believe you. And we're just making a movie, so it doesn't matter. So,
I don't know how much of I should speak on this, but I did get the vibes that maybe it was sort of a commentary on masculinity or male culture, and maybe particularly in Romania. The only reason why I'm saying that is because it's the country of origin, and I know that Andrew Tate went there for a reason. But so I don't know if that's an accurate portrayal of Romania. I don't, but
yeah,
it could be
so
commentary on that if it is.
I did have the same.
Right.
I absolutely had the same. Like the thought train was on the same railroad. So, yeah. In particularly with the second girl's death. Now it makes sense that when they're talking in English, they're in character. When they're talking in Romanian, they're not in character. But to an extent. When the two men come into the basement while she's being like murdered, that's where it like really threw me off, because like this woman is actively screaming and protesting that she's like, and I'm assuming in Romanian, saying something that it's not a movie. Like if he's saying in English, oh, it's just a movie, don't worry about it, while she's actively screaming and saying you have no idea anything in Romanian. Like that was where my suspenders got blown off, where I'm like, even if this is a cultural misogynistic thing, like this woman's literally being fucking tortured in front of two dudes. Like you wouldn't just peer around the sheet just to make sure everything was okay. Like even to the protest of the dude, like, I don't know, that just like totally threw me off. The second part is that like if that character is in that situation, baby, you're already using chloroform. Why wouldn't you just knock her out and then just like, oh no, she's taking a nap? Like I would have like, it would have been more plausible to me if he had used chloroform, the two men came down, then he explained it was a movie, sorry, we'll try to keep it down, and then kind of ushers them out, than like an active woman screaming at the top of her lungs while two men are just staring at her. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's where it kind of just like blew the lid off for me, where I was like, this is so unlogical to me that like, but again, it's one shot, it's a DIY project. And I think in like encompassing it, like I get why, I guess, but well, like
especially if it is trying to be some sort of commentary or just shining a light on an aspect of
but that one was like so
culture.
just
But
boorish.
then it would just be kind of fit in.
Yeah.
Do you remember any IMDb notes on that one, Brian? Do we know, was that one real? Did two guys just happen to walk in and say okay and then leave?
Oh, I didn't notice anything specific. I thought about that. One of those guys is, I believe, one of the dude with that cool name that was credited.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah. Yes. I just realized we never gave like our quick recap of this movie breakdown where we stick our hands into the goo and all that shit. So I'll just do this real quick. Yeah, basically, Adrian is this man who wants to make this movie for Anne Hathaway. He really likes her. He's got the perfect role for her. So he has these 3 actresses that he's going to come out and I'll participate in a little movie, but it's not a real movie. He's playing a prank on them, basically. That's what he says. And it's going to be real funny. She's going to laugh at this. So first woman comes out and they start this scene and it really just starts. It's just this kind of what Adrian and I talked about him saying in the trivia is that it's supposed to be this character study, this descent into sort of, I don't know, am I the character? Am I not? All this, whatever. Mm-hmm. And what is real within his mind. So he starts filming with the first woman, ultimately ends up killing her. And then the third woman show up and he can increasingly makes this creepy movie, tortures one of the women and ultimately kills her accidentally, but he didn't mean to kill her realistically. He's kind of like, and she stopped breathing. And then the third woman ends up fighting her, and our final girl, kind of talks him out of killing her. Mm-hmm. And that convinces him that he needs to go find Anne and be with Anne and get out of his comfort zone and go do it.
She's going to love this. She's going to love you.
She's going to love, yeah. If there was one word to describe all of this, what would it be? Love.
Love. Doop-dap.
It's like,
he's like, yeah. He's like, yikes or yippee. I don't know. He's excited by that, yippee! So he's ready to go off. So that's the end of it. So that was our quick little breakdown there. So now we can get back to where we hurt with our suspenders and tropes.
I like that he's counting down that they're either the battery's about to die or they're about to run out of room or something.
Yes,
like
I love that.
4 minutes.
Yes, yeah, that was fun. The countdown. You got this much time to convince me
before it's over. Yeah,
that's fun. We'll get into the climax soon because I mean that's ultimately it, and there's not much of a prologue afterwards. Mm-hmm. But any other suspenders or tropes? I mean, I noticed those things that you're talking about, Ross, especially with the guys coming in, but you know, I kind of put, I guess, some blinders on to some of those things with just the essence of the movie.
It wasn't necessarily suspenders. It was maybe more filmic. I don't know where to bring it up.
Here.
But some of the monologuing that he would do when it was like just him in a room looking at the camera. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe, I don't know, the pacing was off. It went on a little too long. During those moments, I kind of tuned out.
I can see that.
But to be fair, for a movie like this, it was really only those times. And usually a movie, it's hard to stay engaging when you make a movie like this.
Mm-hmm. There was a few times when he was going on the monologue. I'm going to be totally honest with you, by like the third one, I kind of just like, I kind of fast forwarded a little bit. It was that I did eventually, upon second viewing, actually sit through some of them, most of them. It's just, I don't know. It just played too goofy for me. So I wasn't creeped out. I was just more like, okay, can we just get to the next scene versus like genuinely feeling this like the psychosis of the character. You know what I mean?
I didn't find it goofy. I think because of how much it reminded me of people. It just, those particular moments just, I think they were too long.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think there could have been some trimming on that aspect, and I think I agree with character-wise too. Like you said, Sam, I don't know them to the extent you do, and I would love to hear some stories. But I understood that, and like I kind of the weird, eccentric, murderous, I don't know, crazy dude. I was engaged with and
Sure.
I liked with that. So I think his character was cool. His character was cool. I mean, I think his his character was done really well. This I don't know. It almost seemingly descent into weirdo
going
madness.
into madness. Yeah,
and then just like indulging
it seemed
in
like
your
at first
fantasies.
he hadn't left it.
Yeah.
It seemed like maybe at first he was agoraphobic because when he first left his house, he's like, okay, I got to go meet her. It's only 300 yards or something. And he like looked back at his house and
he
was
says
like,
it
all
in
right,
the
here I
third
go.
act.
Yeah, that's
he says in the third act
that
that he's afraid of like he has an actual phobia of leaving his house and also leaving his town.
Oh, that's right. That's why
he
it's got to
can't go
be
to Anne.
filmed
Anne
there.
needs to come to him.
Yeah, that's right.
And Alexandra is able to convince him that he needs to go to her, and he gets all excited about it. And then the women are interesting. So our second woman, Flory. Why does she get I don't get why she gets all sexual with him. Yeah.
It seemed like she was interested in him before she even came out there, or I was wondering if it's maybe one of those things that's what you expect for working on a movie like this.
Exactly. I was like, is she expecting something? Was she expecting to come out and make one of those types of movies that like these other girls were warned about? You know?
Right.
Yeah. I just had it where it's like, well, the third one talks when she shows up. The third girl says, like, man, I thought this was going to be a porno, like basically inferring that she thought this was going to be a porno. I just inferred from the second character that it was like I for better choice of words, I guess an act of desperation, because like it was like, hey, you sent me younger photos of a past time with this, and now you're not really what I'm looking for. And she's like, well, I mean, I could be the actress if I do this. You know what I mean? Where it was like more.
I see what you're saying.
Trying to more to solidify her job.
Yes, she sent like I get what you're saying. Yeah, trying to sleep with the producer type of thing, and trying to.
Yes,
I see what you're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did love when she was like, "Well, I could have sex with you," and he like, whoa, walks away and is talking to the camera. He's like, "And you know, I would never like,
I would never do that."
And the reason why he doesn't do anything
kick out of that.
Sexual with any of the characters in here is that was one of the things. He doesn't feel the character would have done that. He's for Anne, they're for each other, not with these other fake women.
And I gotta say, I doubt this character would do anything with with Anne Hathaway either.
He wouldn't know what to do.
He would get the chance, but if he did, I don't think he would.
It's this really weird, like,
say she saw this and was like, wow, and flew to Romania to make it. Oh, that's
the sequel.
That's the sequel. No, that is really weird because he puts women in like these very weird. I mean, the cat suit, and then the second girl has her stripped down to basically her underwear, but it's not. It's weird. It's not in a sexual nature.
No, it's so he can cut away her thighs so that she can fit into the cat suit.
So like, that's also what's kind of interesting about his character. So like, there's zero, like, he's a predator, absolutely, but he's not. It's weird. He's not a sexual. It doesn't. He doesn't. It's not about that aspect. It's about the clothes. It's about this, and it's about like transcending himself and the people that he's killing to a higher artistic level, which is like
gonna get him,
but in one of those weird ways where it's just for him. You know what I mean? It's it's his own art for art's sake, for his own sake.
Yeah.
It's
and I guess Anne Hathaway
thought of it. Yeah, Anne for Anne. Obviously, it's a film for Anne. First and foremost. So we've kind of mentioned it a few times. Noteworthy dialogue of these fun little. I mean, I think Sam and I are in agreement that we find his character to be fun at times with his little look backs to the character to Anne. Like, oh, I'm sorry that you had to see that. Like wanting to put the sheet up so that Anne doesn't have to see any of these really bad images. And I can't necessarily.
Yeah, I enjoyed him. There were times where, like I said, I would kind of tune out. It went on a bit too long.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
In general, I really liked him, and he was so creepy and weird that it's like, again, we're like, is he really how weird is like
How weird is he?
How much of this was him and how much wasn't?
And I think I agree with you, Sam, in the sense of not necessarily knowing people really like that, but his character did feel very believable in a lot of the things he said, the way he presented to feel, how you really saw between the cracks or into the cracks of how he feels about women and all these.
There's something
and
particular.
men and the relationships, and it's
something particular about the way he would laugh at the women that really felt familiar to me and real.
Yeah.
This sort of like this less than
this sort of like mocking laugh.
Like you couldn't, less than, like you couldn't get why I find
like
it
you're a fool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't understand. So yeah, I feel that. So that was dialogue.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I mean,
in English, please.
Boys and
English,
dogs,
please.
And then
that's good.
The girls.
What was that?
I like girls and cats. I hate boys and dogs.
They're like gross.
Boys and dogs are bullies.
They like growl.
Yeah.
And they're bullies. I like girls and cats because they're nice and pretty and all this shit. Yeah, real fun stuff. Real creep. I found that, all that to be real weird and creepy. So,
same.
Let's see. Noteworthy scenes. I mean, like we said, a lot of this is, there's just long stretches, I feel, of like these big scenes here and these monologues and all that kind of stuff.
I think we talked about the big one, which is the sheet one with her screaming. And
we'll go into the kills in a little bit more detail in a second.
Yeah.
But
I guess they're mostly... Well, I think we've covered them.
I agree.
I think one of the weirder ones for me was the first victim, because it was like the chloroform scene and then like stripping her, putting her in the cat outfit, basically hog tying her, and then just putting her to bed and like being awake the entire time and just having this girl just sleeping under the sheets to have her be woken up to be chloroformed again and then to be strangled to death while fucking unconscious was such a weird, like, oh.
Yeah, man.
Although he did find a really good crawl space for it.
He did. It was a great spot. Nobody's going to fight her there.
It's like, nobody's
going to fight her here.
Like, man, okay. So actually that was an interesting moment for me because I guess I forgot they'd mentioned there was 3 actresses or something. So I was like, well, he killed her and put her in the basement. Now what? I'm like, he's going to get more girls delivered for murder. Okay.
Delivered for murder. That sounds like a nice mystery novel.
Yeah.
Should write that. Chuddle the Pod presents Delivered for Murder.
Ooh.
Audio mysteries coming soon.
A 3-part audio mystery.
Because we also have Murder Beach. If you remember from way back when.
Beach.
Yeah. Chuddle the Pod presents Murder Beach as well. An audio mystery. All right. Did anything fool you or surprise you about it? I think you kind of just mentioned right there. You got a little surprised by the fact that the first girl died. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. It's going to become,
Honestly, kind of the whole movie was a bit surprising. I wasn't sure where it was going. It throws you off guard right away, I think, with him being a letter day and had a video diary day and Hathaway. But there was no moment, no like big twists or anything like that, I'd say.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think that for me, the surprise was, I think in a lot of found footage horror movies, there is the, what's the best choice of words for it? Like the budget explosion, as in like, a lot of it can feel DIY and not cheap, because that's the right choice of words, but like just very like low budget, no budget. And then you get to the one pinnacle scene where it's like, okay, this is the scene
where they spend their money,
all the money.
Yeah.
And there is not a scene like that in this, where like, again, it leans to the realism of like the situation, you know what I mean? Which again, it's a very, the weight of the crutch of found footage is heavy on this, where it's just like there's a lot of stuff that would not fly in any other format, but could absolutely, like, it's a strength in found footage.
Sure.
You know? And that's, I think that was so weird to me because, I mean, like, again, I grew up on like DIY trauma movies and all that kind of stuff. And I was just waiting for like, okay, maybe the end scene is just going to have something fucking insane. I wasn't thinking
compared
like,
to this, Trauma has a fucking big budget.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Like this is a no budget movie, like 0 budget movie. So yeah, I thought like even by the last character, instead of having like this giant final girl fight, it was just more of like a therapy session. Which I thought was, it's just, again, it was kind of like a deflating balloon for me, but it was that like, oh, okay. Well, all right.
That's interesting. Because I feel like as soon as it started, it's just like, oh, this is like, I think because of the premise, and it's just a guy walking around with a camera, and maybe even just the look of that, I was like, this is literally just a guy with a camera made a movie. All right, I've heard about it, so it must be interesting enough. Let's see what happens.
I think that's my kind of expectation as well. I kind of always knew it was about a weird guy with a camera making a weird movie. So I necessarily didn't have any sort of expectations of where it was going to go or having a big explosion.
But I know what you mean, Ross.
But no, I get it. Yeah, I get it. So let's just
maybe if I had known it was a low budget, like found, again, because I didn't know anything about this going in, only the fact that it was found footage, where I don't know, maybe I thought it was just going to have a bigger budget. I don't know.
Right.
So let's just get into the gores and kills because there's not really much of it here. The two that we have is our first girl, and Ross kind of mentioned it before. She ultimately gets strangled. No blood. I
thought she got too much chloroformed. I didn't realize it was.
He wraps the thing around her and like literally strangles her to camera. Yeah. So that one's a little bit brutal, and I felt that felt brutal to me just because you sit there and watch him strangle a woman, and then we have this. So the sheet in front of the kill kind of we've been talking about here. So he has this woman tied down, our second woman, and what he had been doing, and I think I mentioned it, was cutting away at her thighs and taking off some of her weight because he thought that she was too fat to fit into the cat suit, and gave her a little chloroform to go to sleep. So when he came back like the next morning, he's like, oh my God. That's when he's like, oh, there's a lot of blood in here. And she's not breathing.
And she might not be. Okay.
And so... But there is
that was another thing for his craziness before, in between, after he cuts her up, before he goes back down, he's like, okay, so it's midnight, so she should be all healed by now. Yes. And I was like, oh.
I do remember him saying that. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like to the disconnect.
So the real gore, quote unquote, comes into like while he's mutilating her. You get splashes of blood on this white tarp here. The little bit of trivia I have about it, the blood looks a bit unrealistic, it says, because Adrian used the strawberry syrup mixed with red paint that he kind of mentioned in that scene.
He went straight up Romero.
Since he couldn't
just went with red house paint.
Since he couldn't find professional fake blood for a good price anywhere in Romania, and also to experience the do-it-yourself indie style. The light coming from the opposite direction through the blood-stained sheets also made the blood look lighter than it actually was. Adrian later regretted these decisions. So, I think it's fine.
Didn't bother me, Adrian.
Yeah.
And I thought the whole scene was fairly effective. I felt for her, for
Definitely.
sure.
I feel for each of these women, very much so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just because I want to really preface, just because I didn't like the sheet, absolutely the actress killed it in this. Like the actual I felt terrible the entire time watching that, even with it covered with a sheet.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So that's it. So I think we're just going to hit the gore meter at this point.
It's time for the gore. Fatality.
On a scale 1 to 10, Psycho to Sadness. How gory is this film? Consistency and intensity. It's off the top of the dome. I haven't done that in a while. Consistency, what, like a 0.5?
0.5, yep.
2.5 if
yeah.
I would say 0.5.
Let's do 0.5 and intensity 0.5, so a 1.
Yeah. I would. And I think that's honestly being a little
from Be My Cat,
nice.
a film for Anne, to The Sadness. How gory is this film?
Yes. Oh my God. Totally. Actually, well, I mean, there is a dead cat, but I guess that's not really gore. I mean,
no, we didn't even talk about that scene, but I think that was like one of those things.
Don't we see a little bit of a wound at some point somewhere?
Beats me.
On the, I thought we did on the,
one of the,
on somebody.
Someone.
I don't know.
Could be, but again,
it still wasn't much.
Not that impactful and not that much. So I think a 1 is very appropriate for it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great. So then let's just move on to the climax or what.
Our last movie was a 9.
I know. Look at us. I mean, we're like Ugat Malou. He should be satisfied. We can move on to something not so intense. The climax, quote unquote, of this film is when Alexandra finds Florrie's body and is confronted by Adrian. She basically must talk her way out of getting killed.
Yeah.
Guess Sam?
Nothing.
No, that was a nice point. I liked it. So she has to talk to him while whatever is happening, the battery's winding down or space is running. I forget what the timing is, but he's like basically counting down. So I like that.
It's like you have 30 minutes to convince me.
I like that pressure that's put on there. That timing pressure put on there is really fun. Yeah. What is she also is like put into a closet or something? I don't know what that little door she goes behind, but she gets pinned behind.
She's like
a door.
pinned in a corner, and then like he tells her to go into that room. He's going to close it and to give him like clearance to get his bags and get to
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She'll give him enough time because she believes in them as a couple.
So,
yeah.
Adrian's favorite part of Be My Cat is this ending. He told the actress Alexandra to convince his character during improvisations that his true mission is not making a film with Anne, but being with her personally, to make him realize that he's actually in love with Anne. Adrian aimed to unexpectedly end a dark, violent, and twisted movie with a very pure feeling, hence the final word, love. In high contrast to the rest of the film. Again, the improvisation, thrown this into this scene and convinced me not to kill you and that it's not to make a movie, you need to be with Anne. And that's what she came up with. And
what was there's a convince me scene earlier in the film where isn't there something where he's trying to get her to do one of the actresses to do something? She's like, that's not possible.
Don't let me get in within a meter of you.
Oh yeah.
Without running away. You can't run away from me. I can run at you. You can't run away. But don't let me get in within 1 meter.
That's what it is. Yeah. I can run at you, but you have to walk. You can't run.
I thought that was a fun scene to mention it, just in the sense that you really because it starts kind of fun. It's like almost this like fun kind of like thing a director might give, like way to make an actor think, but then he really starts pushing it and being a dick about it and like really seeing the darker side of it happen,
right? Yeah,
which can also happen with some directors, I'm sure. So
Kubrick.
So then we end with love, and I said prologue, no real prologue in this. I mean, it ends at that point, and we're going into credits here. So how do you think of final thoughts on that and the climax and the film in general before we go to our crematorium?
We already kind of mentioned it, but I liked the counting down of how much time was left for recording. Yeah. And he told her, he was like, if you can't convince me not to kill you before the time's up, I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to kill you.
And then it'd be like 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I like that.
Yeah, I did like the timing aspect. I just how it kind of just... It kind of felt to me like kind of just abruptly ends, but it also ends how it begins, where this is just like... I love the fact how uncinematic the portrayal is, especially with a character who is so obsessed with cinema. You know what I mean? Where it just has this like harsh beginning, harsh end. I mean, obviously, the idea is this was 25 hours of footage that a third party had edited down to make for this. But yeah, no, it's weird because like an ending like this would be absolutely fucking jarring in any other scenario. But again, because it started as crazy as it ended, I feel like it was par for the course.
I feel like it lends to realism aspect of the found footage of this movie. Because if most of the time, if you were really just filming shit, it would just end. You know, it's not going to have a climax because it's not a story. Or like it's not going to have that wreck thing where you're sucked away from the camera. It's just like, and then he set the camera down and walked away
because he didn't need to make this anymore. It wasn't about this film. It was about meeting Anne, and he's done recording. He's going to go meet Anne. I see what. I mean, that's, you know, if I'm going to get into the head there.
I think it doesn't totally work and is jarring, but
sure.
As just trying to give it a little credit for doing it.
I mean, found footage often ends that way, I feel like.
Yeah.
Trophy of found footage is to just end, I feel like. I mean, but.
Oh, yeah.
It's no guys staring at a basement wall.
That's true. Corner, hanging out, screaming.
Hey.
Fucking good shit, man. Eat that up. All right. That's it on our final thoughts. Let's go over to the crematorium. So here we are in the crematorium of questions, where we ask these questions that the crematorium has written on its walls. I don't know.
Okay, sure. All right. Yeah, sure.
We got this crematorium in this crypt here, and there's just all these questions written on the walls.
Just written.
So let's go ahead and ask them. First off, would we survive? I think so, because we're dudes that look nothing like Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Even if we're targeted by this guy, I think we could
take him out. I think we can handle ourselves with him. Yeah, I agree. Now, how do you make? I know we'll say how it make it gooier. But do you think it needs to be gooier? Start with that.
You know, it's weird for a movie with a Coro meter at 1 for me to be like it shouldn't, but. I mean, you could do it a little bit, but I think that I don't know if this movie in particular needs it to be like a splatter fest. You know what I mean? Like maybe more deaths, because I think the biggest one, I mean, again, the actress nailed it with the sheet one, but like it's unnerving when you have someone who's passed out who's getting strangled directly on camera. You know what I mean? Like you could have had the body count be a few more people, or even I would have loved to have seen him like take down a dude, like one of these people that stumbled upon him doing it. And instead of him trying to convince him it's just a movie, he progresses to like, oh, I have to kill this guy now because you know what I mean? Like I would have liked to seen like almost like a panic kill somewhere in this.
Sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, he's the perfect killer.
He's the apex predator.
No, I agree. And I think I agree with those statements in general, too. Like, I don't think it really needed to be any gooier for the story that it's trying to tell and what it's trying to do. Could what gore we got could have been better? Sure. And I think Adrian remits to that as well. But I think it's all fine. It works within the scope, and I don't think it's needed.
Yeah.
Cool. Hero level. I guess our final girl, Alexandra. She would be our hero.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So her iconography and her resilience or whatever it is.
So iconography, I'm going to give a 0.
Yeah. Sorry. You're just...
yeah, even with her...
Kind of Anne Hathaway looking.
Kind of Anne Hathaway, moderately good at singing. Yeah.
No, there's nothing there. I wouldn't reckon there would be no instance where I could recognize her unless Adrian was there with her holding like a knife and like a camera and it was like a whole cosplay outfit. I'd be like, I think that's the girl that's supposed to be with him at the end. But I agree, 0. And her so I think she does get a little bit for this because she was able to talk her way out of being murdered.
Yeah,
with a crazy person. So
absolutely,
that's
I think the reverse Uno of just mind fucking with this dude until he's like, yeah, actually, sure, hang out there for half an hour. I'm out of here. Like, I thought that was like, oh, I actually really haven't seen that in a movie before, where the main killer gets talked down and just goes like, well, I'm out of here.
Yeah. And a happy love. You know how we have rage. Now we have love.
Love and rage.
Yeah, I'd say no more than like a 2. I mean, she's still just a normal person and not like that she didn't get.
Well,
She
it's
herself
just resilience, right?
didn't get.
Doesn't.
Yeah, we didn't see her get put through like test her resilience too much. Besides finally finding a body and being able to talk her way out. I don't know.
Sure. I see.
Like
what
there
you
was
mean.
no physical resistance to it or too much.
All right. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, 2. So that's a 2 in total. All right, our villain, Adrian here, his power level and his iconography. It's gonna be hard for iconography wise because there's really not much to his
Just a guy.
to his look. Just a guy.
His voice is iconic. You could say. You could argue there's some iconography there.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But I would agree to his look, so I guess that's also a 0.
Maybe a 0.5.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll toss it in with 0.5.
I'd give him a 0.5. There's something there.
There's so much character.
There's something in the character. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think gives off something. In power level 1.
1.
I mean, yeah. Power manipulation 1.25. But like 1 I think is fine. So 1.25 versus what was it?
2.
A 2. Oh wow. Look at that.
How about that?
Works again.
It keeps working.
Weird.
Okay, we talked about this before, but our sequel idea here. Does he meet up with
Anne
Anne
Hathaway?
come to America. No, I would have him like have the whole thing set in L.A.
Oh,
I
want this movie again with Anne Hathaway in it.
Oh my god!
Again?
Well, kind of again. You know what I mean? But
I understand.
I think seeing her there to me is funnier than him here. Maybe. I don't know. A good fish out of water story would be good, though. He's like going to corporate executive meetings.
Just murdering people, trying to sell his script.
Yeah, that could be fun.
But no, I want Anne Hathaway in this town. Come in. I saw your movie and I came here to work with you.
I want to work with you, and I think we would really hit it off.
Oh my god.
She's really into him.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. She's like too into him and he's like all like embarrassed and like
he doesn't know how to handle it.
It's from her perspective. She shows up with a camera. It's a film
movie for Adrian.
A film for Adrian. It's just an unhinged Anne Hathaway.
I'll be your cat. A film for Adrian.
Yes.
And it starts with her watching a film for Anne. And just like
it starts, it's like an Instagram live video of her being like, so I just watched Be My Cat, a film for him, and oh my god, I cannot believe it. I was blown away. Adrian, thank you so much. I'm getting a ticket right now. Don't go anywhere. I know where you live.
Don't move.
Don't move. I'll be there. I love it. We figured it out. All right, we got to get this to Anne. You know she wants to do this project. She just needs to hear about it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's clearly
this
what it
hasn't
is.
been pitched.
Clearly. Yeah, the perfect
She
script.
doesn't know it came from the Chuddlemen.
That brought such hits as Murder Beach and the other one we thought of tonight.
Delivery of murder,
something along those lines. I'll hear it back. Would you buy the soundtrack or score on vinyl? There
isn't one.
Is not it, except for his like resistance song or whatever that he really likes. The thing about fighting for your freedom.
Isn't that like the Romanian national or army
I don't know
anthem
if it's
or
the
something?
national
Maybe.
anthem,
It seems
but
like
it's
a patriotic Romanian song.
Which is very like, I mean, the premise, he mentions that early in the film, and that's essentially what our character does at the end of the movie, is having to fight for her freedom.
It's true.
Wow.
So that's fun. Wow. Is anything action figure worthy? Do you want a little Adrian toy? I do. That'd be funny. It's just like a normal-ass guy.
With the camera.
Yes.
But not much. Okay. What prop would you want from this? Let's start there. Just prop from the movie.
The cat suit, for reasons.
The cat suit would be fun.
The camera.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna. I would go with the camera. Maybe his knife. I don't know. The
knife is
weird.
like, that's not bad. That's easy to put off on a little shelf. The curtain The bloody curtain.
Oh yeah.
Oh
There you go.
yeah.
Just have that as a little backdrop. What if I have the bloody curtain as my backdrop?
Backdrop.
Record.
Yeah. What's behind that curtain?
That's nice.
That's nice. That'd be cute. Yeah, no, I think all those would be fun. Definitely the chloroform rag.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Hours
All right,
of fun.
so what is the merch or promo item for this film?
Cat ears.
Be my
was gonna
cat
say
chloroform rags.
Be my cat chloroform rags.
Mhm.
Be my cat like little beanie baby cats. You know what I mean? Like little plush cats.
Oh sure.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Anne Hathaway stickers.
Be my cat bed sheets.
Oh my gosh, dude. I would love to have like a just him drawing on top of like an 8x10 like press photo of Anne Hathaway, but with all of his weird notes and stuff on top would be a hilarious, like just such a bizarre
Absolutely.
merch thing to have. Yeah.
I love it. So what would we be doing at the midnight showing? We'd be throwing cat ears,
Throwing cat
and
stuff.
cat suits, Anne Hathaway
Yeah.
stuff.
Anne Hathaway
Copies
stuff.
Jingly balls.
Of all of Anne Hathaway's movies.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah, I need
constantly
to
throwing.
brush up on my Anne Hathaway before going to see
Honestly, for the midnight showing, I would absolutely love a Romanian translator because I would love to know what they're saying in Romanian. in between
That'd be interesting.
English.
Hold on, I'm stuck.
Hold on, I'm stuck.
I just imagine her during that scene. It's just like she's screaming. Those two dudes come in. I am just acting. I am acting.
I'm acting now.
I am a good actress.
pretending this hurts.
I mean, we would never know. And then it plays in Romania, where I'm sure it first did or something. And they're like, "Oh, this is interesting
Yeah,
to
they're
have
like,
here."
That's fine.
They're just saying I'm acting, huh? Okay.
Weird. Okay.
All right. So, what is the popcorn bucket?
Oh.
Anne Hathaway's head.
As Catwoman.
As Catwoman, precisely.
Yeah. Perfect.
No, it's just a bunch of popcorn in just a very big loose sheet. Just
Loose sheet popcorn. Ew.
Loose sheet popcorn.
The little blood stain.
A little
And
blood
gets,
stain on it.
red butter.
Chloroform bottle.
Yeah, I think all that works. The Dark Knight Rises DVD case.
Yeah.
It just pours the popcorn on top of it.
I like that a lot.
Perfect. Larry.
I only want your fingers.
Should we all, cut our fingers open and bleed on it?
Can you wrap your fingers around this?
I'll take a Voorhees burger and a side of Jason's fingers.
Show them.
On this show, we like to use a rating scale of 0 to 5 fingers, with each finger representing a different quality about the movie. You can chop off half a finger, no fingers, quarter fingers, do whatever you want with those fingers. These ratings are intended to be subjective on the movie and not objective. Doesn't matter how good it is. It's just about how we feel about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, something's in my eye.
Nailed it. Something's in your eye.
So I decided to go
baby.
Moni. All right. So starting off the ratings for tonight, we are going to go to Ross first, for sure.
Yeah.
I want to see what he says without getting influenced by Sam and I.
I had a lot to marinate on because I honestly, before recording, I was a little hot on this movie. I was a little frustrated with this one. I'm glad I got to sit and talk with you guys. Engaging. I think I'm going to give engaging a 0.5. I mean, I did fast forward literally through dialogue and was still okay with kind of going through it. I think, like you guys are saying, and we've already kind of beat a dead horse, but I think a lot of the some of the dialogue scenes could have been absolutely trimmed down. I think some of the action scenes could have been extended out. I think that it was just, instead of creepy, I got goofy, and I think that kind of just polluted it for me. So I wasn't as engaged on what the dialogue was, just because I had this veneer of just the character being goofy. Sticky.
You're going to get killed, Ross. You
Huh?
think that's goofy, somebody's going to kill you. You're going to be like, this fucking goofy ass guy, and they're going to murder you.
This goofy man. Yeah, I'll sniff that rag. Oh, we
just a
rag
goof.
sniffing?
You're just a funny guy.
Oh, we're
sure.
just goofing. We're just goofing.
What do you got on that rag? Let me smell it.
Let me smell that real quick.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
What did you just pour on there? Can I smell it?
Can I smell that? Can I huff that?
It's kind of a problem we have with Ross. Whenever we go anywhere, we really can't take him anywhere. As soon as he sees something get poured on a rag,
every
rag,
yeah, it's just terrible. Sticky is, I think I would give the same. I think a 0.5, because some of the scenes. I mean, the one scene that really got, that really got my goat was the practicing the chloroform scene with the actress, and then him pointing to the camera, and he goes, "No, this is like a lot of chloroform. I'm actually going to do this." Like, I thought that was so unhinged. And then like when people were walking by as he's like huddling and like covering her
waiting,
body, and like against the fence line, I thought was like, ooh. So I will for sure remember that. I'm definitely going to remember, I mean, good, bad, or otherwise, the sheet and the second kill. You know what I mean? So man, stuffable. I'm going to really give that I want to give it a goose egg, but I think I'm going to give it like a 0.25 because,
really?
Oh yeah, no, because I mean like,
he's lying.
No, because honestly, like having an unhinged drawing of like an 8x10 press shot of Anne Hathaway, like I would actually own that. You know what I mean? To me, that's the core essence of the character and how unhinged that is. Like if that was gifted to me, I wouldn't buy it. But if it was gifted to me,
so a picture of Anne Hathaway is why.
Well, no, with our main character like writing on it, or like something something that embodies how unhinged
an Anne Hathaway headshot.
Just an Anne Hathaway headshot. I just need an headshot.
Yeah, sure. I'll take one of those.
I'll just take one of those. But it has to be from Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's like out of the realm of possibilities, but like that would honestly be like the only thing. So I have to give it, I guess.
I think the real answer is 0, and you're trying to be nice.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, fine. I'll give it 0.
Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real with it. Yeah, it's gonna be a goose egg. Cockles is gonna get a 0.25. I mean, like there are certain aspects,
sure,
and I have to give credit where credit's due. Where like this is a literally it's a 0 budget film. Like I'm impressed. Like the Cockles for me have nothing to do with the actual movie. Like it has to do with it being made. Like just a guy with the determination and one camera to make a found footage and have every possible like booby trap that you could think of while doing a low budget film actually being a benefit in the found footage genre is like, it's just wild. It's wild that I actually got to see this movie. And it's wild that it had notoriety to it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the cool, like, that's where the Cockles will be, where I'm like, oh my God, dude, I got to review a movie from like a guy from, it's like I got to cover a movie from a guy from Romania who like just basically like just gonzo style fucking footage. It's just like one take shit where it's like, I never in a million years did I think I would cover a movie like this. So I think that's kind of it. That alone gives it the 0.25 Cockles.
I get it.
Rewatchable is going to be a goose egg until the Anne Hathaway deranged sequel comes out, and then I will watch them back to back. But yeah, I think Be My Cat is definitely something I'm not going to ever watch again. Maybe if I want to like clear a house, but like it's kind of like the Inside thing where it's like the end of the house party where I'm like, I don't know, but like tone it down, put up Be My Cat, see how many people stay.
I think you might be surprised. I feel like some people might be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, totally. 100%. Sam, you're gonna go next for me.
What was my number?
Okay.
What was your number? You want to know your number?
Yeah.
How dare you? No, we don't get to know. Damn it, Sam.
1.25. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm actually. You're
fine with that, I
yeah,
seems right.
1.25.
Yeah. All right. Me. Engaging. I'm going to do 0.75 because there were moments where I'm just, like I said, it just kind of went on a bit. But overall, I pretty much was engaged. Sticky. I'll be generous and give a 0.75. I think I'm actually going to think of this movie more often than I would have thought I would have. And certainly. I feel like it might get referenced more and all of those things. I think there's a sticky quality to it. Stuffable. I'll give it a 0.25 because I'm not like against the idea, but I can't think of anything. There's no particularly cool imagery. I just don't know what I would have, but I'd be, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
Cockles, gonna give a 0.5 to because I try and watch all these movies twice, but I watched this one not too long ago, and it is the type of movie that I'm not against watching again, but it was too close for back-to-back watches. I couldn't do it. I knew I wouldn't pay much attention. And that'll lead right into rewatchable, which actually I think I'll give a 0.5 to, because I feel like a 0.25 is a only if I have to thing, and I'm open to watching this not only if I have to, although I doubt I'm ever gonna watch it again.
Sure.
And that gives it a 2.75, which is actually kind of perfect because I didn't know if I'd be a 2.5 or a 3. Actually, no. I'm going to kick Cockles up to 0.75 for all the reasons Ross said, to get it to a 3. Because to me, a 2.5 is slapped down the middle, not mad, not happy I watched it. And this, I'm like, because it's so weird and homegrown, I'm glad I watched it. I liked it enough.
Yeah.
3 feels good.
Awesome. 3 from Sam. We'll go over to me. Starting with engaging, I'll give it a 0.75 as well. Like, I'm sure we're going to keep saying the monologues probably could have been trimmed a little bit and still had the same effect. Just trimmed up a little bit, I think would have been effective. Sticky. 0.75. Why not? I don't think I'm gonna like continuously think about this movie, but I think it's simple enough. I think that there's gonna be enough retention from it, since that's not not a lot to get lost in, but enough to think about.
Sure.
Stuffable as well, as I think with Sam, 0.25, just because there's not much to it to get stuff out of it. Cockles, 0.5, 0.75. Yeah, I'm going to waver between that one. Let's give it the 0.75 as well for now. Just because I feel it feels there's something there. And rewatchable 0.5 as well. I did just mirror Sam. Because I think a 3 feels good. I mean, I think I like this movie and appreciate it for the weirdness that it is fun to it, the character that is in there. So that gives me a 3 as well. And Be My Cat from all of us gets a 2.4 because we had nobody from the Chuddle Club chiming in on this one. Not many people seeing this and really knowing it.
A few people were like, "Oh, I've heard of that one of it," and meaning to check it out.
It's on Tubi. It's available. I mean, I know that means Scotty won't watch it, but it is out there for people. There's a Blu-ray you can get. He sells them. You can get a signed one. I just came across this image that I put up for the guys to see, but the Blu-ray edition is like
an interesting choice.
I
feel like it doesn't really tell me what I am getting into, but it's also perfectly weird for the movie.
I think works because of how weird that is. But this came from a Reddit post from a year ago that he posted on Reddit saying you could get these signed copies from him or order these other copies. And then people are commenting saying that they're big fans and he's replying. So he is a very
interesting
present filmmaker. So
yeah,
if you're vibing with the movie, you can talk with him about
it. Up to a 0.5 because a signed copy of that Blu-ray is kind of a fun little thing to have.
It comes from Romania. I don't know how much you know with all the shipping and all that kind of stuff there, but I will send you a link to his. I'll throw in his link tree on our episode description.
Yeah,
everyone get out there, get the collector's edition of Be My Cat. Tell them Chuddle sent you. That could be fun as hell. They might get whatever. I'm not gonna. I was gonna make this dumb joke. Oh, they're gonna get no one. Haha. I'm like, yeah, we've done that plenty.
Yeah.
So that gives us, as I said, a total Chuddle score of 2.4, which actually puts it in the red on our Chuddle scale here. But not as bad as some things out there. But it sits pretty low in the likes of a movie we recently just covered, The Autopsy of Jane Doe, only got a 2.4. I feel like that's surprising me again. Exactly. We gave that a low score. Sam, you gave that the lowest out of all of us, a 2.
Yeah. No, I don't doubt that.
X is lower at a 2.3. Final Destination 4. Everything else is lower at 2.3s. Bug, that was a classic.
Yeah. Checks out.
Right above it, like A Quiet Place. Survival of the Dead sits above Be My Cat, and it's mainly the lowest because Ross is just not vibing. It's that cockles feel, and that's what sits with for a lot of these movies for us, and that's what we try to represent with the Chuddle score and the scale, and we say that's
for sure. And just because it didn't hit with me, I'm not blind to the fact that like I feel like this would be incredibly appealing to a lot of people in found footage horror movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like for me, it was the goofiness, but if you don't vibe with the goofiness and it hits home like how the character hit home with you, Sam, and things like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think that like, yeah, I mean, it definitely has its merit, and just the merit. I think everybody should see it in the fact that it was such a DIY shoestring budget project, you know what I mean, that has gotten this much notice. Like I love the fact that this movie's has gotten to the level it has on zero, but like that just blows my mind, and I really enjoy that aspect of it, you know.
Heck yeah. On that note, let's go ahead and get out of here. Conclude the meeting for tonight on Chuddle the Pod. If you're enjoying the show, want to stay trapped with us, follow Chuddle the Pod on Instagram and Threads. Want to see Ross's killer tattoo work? I don't know. I can't give him a hard follow at Ross Purvis on Instagram. If you're in Central Florida area, definitely reach out. Go get inked. Go get tattooed. Get tooted. Get a Be My Cat tattooed. Get tattooed. That's where you go get tattooed by Ross and fart. It's fun. I've done it. Sam's done it, I'm sure.
I actually stepped outside to do it.
You did actually. That's a true story. Walked right outside.
That's a courtesy tutor right there. Mm-hmm. But however you want it to, Ross will allow it as long as you're getting tattooed.
However, as long as you're paying.
Ross, I hope you start getting some weird clients. Like
brown is green, baby.
Can I come and get tattooed while I tootin'?
Just no spraying.
Okay, love it. That's the official motto. You can follow Chuddle the Sam, Chuddle the Bryan,
so that's
Chuddle
at
the
Ross
Ross.
Purvis.
Hit him up. Follow us. Letterboxd. You know what we're watching, seeing all that kind of stuff outside the crypt. You want to follow us and talk with other Chuddlers, acolytes, and the sort? Join our Discord. We're hanging out. We talk. We hang out.
True.
There's a link to all that gooey goodness in the show description below. Next time, Xiao Yao Zun, the god of monsters, demands a sacrifice. And in 2 weeks, we'll return to offer up our next tribute. Until next time, avoid the time loop.